again, man. Another beautiful Tuesday, and yes, we're back for another Conversations with Geoff. So welcome, all you newcomers that'll either catch us live today or hear the recording. And you know what? The family that's been here, showing up each and every time, sharing your lives and passing this message on. We thank you, baby. I was just back there chatting with our guest coming up, man. He's got some fire stuff coming. You guys know how I like to kind of sneak peek and see what they got going on in their brain, man. This guy he's got power. So you want to make sure you get your notepad out. It's not going to be long before I bring him up here and get ready to learn some stuff, right? All right. So, hey, listen. Oh, hey, by the way, I hope everyone had a great Father's Day weekend. You know, whether you're missing your father or you're present with them, however it is, we had a great time. And, you know, it's grandfather, too, pop, oh, man, that's the real blessing on top of everything else. So happy belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there. And, man, it's an honor, as you know, to not just be a dad, but to be a father, to be that leader, to be that provider, to be that sound that kids need to come to when they're confused, to be that strength, but to also show vulnerability, right? Let them know that it's okay just being vulnerable. It's okay just feeling whatever you're feeling. Okay to cry as a child. Anyway, I could talk about this forever because you know it's a passion, it's a need, it's something we all need to step into. So welcome everybody again to Conversations with Geoff, and our whole purpose is about making you become aware of the chatter that you have going on in your head, in your communities and your wealth-driven activities and your health focus and that relationship that you have, right? That stinking thinking, man. We guys know I always like to talk about the stinking thinking. You know how that is, that self-doubt that lingers, that negative message that is driven from things that, you know, we help people get worked out that start way back in the past, that just lingering, slow momentum, energy draining thought process. Man, we got news for you. You don't have to stay in that space, right? You don't have to follow those words. You can always replace that with something else, man. You know what I mean? I mean, our whole mission is around to help with speakers like the one we have coming up and those in the past and in the future to become aware, help people become aware of the power and the gift that we have with this controlling the chatter, that stinking thinking in our heads, man. Right? I mean, everything begins with an idea or a thought. And then from there is how we feed it. Which way are we feeding that thought, man? Right? I mean, are you getting up every day like I talk about oftentimes and you're on fire? Are you getting up today with a lot of weight from yesterday and worry from, you know, the future, things you can't control? I mean, it's all human stuff we have. And I know I'm not the only one. So I say to you, hang on. We got a show for you coming up. And my name, for those of you who don't know, my name is Geoff Tyson, and I am the comeback king. And I got that name from going through stuff that people looked at my life and said, man, I don't know how you got there, but you did. I didn't think you would, but you did. You know, you've proven that this stuff can work. And whether it's athletics or even academics, way back to leaving corporate America, starting a business, building it to 7 figures, and then almost going way overnight, and redoing it again, or getting married twice, you know, and all this stuff that we do. I'm not the only one that faces this stuff. That's why I get excited, because I can do it. You can do it too, baby. Change that stinking thinking, man. So, you know, I've been talking about athletics here and I'm gonna get to this, but I want to just continue. You know, last time I talked about walking with my wife and exercising, and she kind of added some additional space to our walk, and it was like, man, I want to cry and whine, and I got finished with it. Well, this past weekend, we do a long walk on the weekend, so we had, you know, it was like a 7-mile walk, right? And I hadn't done one of those in a while, and so I'm getting it to mile 5, and I'm feeling cool, man. And then mile 6, I'm like, oh man, can I call Uber? And I could just see, you know, I see myself bent over, stopping and catching my breath, man. But you know what? There's a saying that we say around here. How do you change thinking and replace it with something else? And my wife has a chant that she uses: put one foot in front of the other when she's running. One foot in front of the other. And you guys know the other saying, you know, winners never quit and quitters never win, right? Winners never quit and quitters never win, right? Winners never quit and quitters never win. And all of a sudden, man, I caught up with her, and well, she had already stopped. She was finished. I didn't catch up with her. I finished also. So I say all that to say it shows up in all areas of our lives, right? So today I challenge you. What's your stinking thinking? What's the word you're going to stop using today and begin a new journey along this path? All right. So anyway, 7 miles, man. All right. So today's guest, I got to just say this about this, man. I mean, I met him in Miami in the Great American Speak Off, and I didn't get a chance to hear his story, but we were on stage and we were doing some things, and I didn't really know this guy. And he was like, "Hey, man, can I help you? Right? Can I get some pictures for you? When you get over here and do this stuff?" I mean, he just and didn't want anything back, right? I mean, and he was just genuine, man, and he helped me. And from there, a relationship, we got to talk a little bit more, but it was just a genuine person that you're going to see here. That guy that just gives and gives and gives, right? I don't know if he's a resident in there, but I think he's in Detroit now, and he's in the service industry. He kind of says he was in the industry from birth because he went home in a service vehicle. I don't know what kind it was, but he may tell us about that one, right? And then he believes in exceptional service. He's in an industry where exceptional service is definitely needed. All industries are, but when he's in front of your house and in your house helping you with a problem, unmatched value provides that. And he's called the MacGyver of his industry, always finding the solution to the problem. He's a self-development master. He follows some great people like Grant Cardone, Darren Hardy. He's a Dale Carnegie guy. Hey, father of 2 beautiful girls. And he's a rock star about to come back, man. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring to the stage Conversations with Geoff, my friend, DJ Neumann. All right, where are we at here, buddy? Hey, DJ.
With the G, what is going on, my man? I love seeing that smiling face. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Hey, man, we're so glad and fortunate to have you here as well, brother. And thank you for that smile. We like to light up the screen, man, and I know you're busy and it's been a minute. You got a lot of stuff going on. So thank you for visiting with our guest today, my friend.
Oh, it is my absolute pleasure. And I am honored to be a guest on your show. And I'm here to serve you in whatever that you want or need. We're here for you, man. So let's get into whatever it is that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I guess, man, we were kind of talking before we went live. And DJ, your industry. I mean, a couple of things I want people to understand. This guy has created a mastermind. He's made a commitment to mastermind creation. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk about that some for those of you really looking to get into communities. But man, we were talking about, your why in your business. So, you kind of got in there and you figured out, and I didn't tell people what your business was. So why don't you tell us what business you're in, and then kind of what was your thing that made you decide to shine to be the service master, the MacGyver in the industry?
Sure, I definitely can help you with that. So my name is DJ Neumann. I'm based out of Metro Detroit, Michigan. I operate a company called Speed Clean Services. We provide a variety of services, including flooring and furniture care, as well as emergency services. So if you have like water or fire damage in your home, dealing with trauma, such as suicide, stuff like that, we clean all that type of stuff up. We also have a vehicle reconditioning division as well. So we provide all kinds of services. But the big thing in our industry is we're dealing with the front lines, dealing with the home front of the service industry. So we're inside people's homes. That's like the sanctity. That is like, when people invite you into their homes, you got to go into there with a certain level of care and concern. So, that's where I grew up in this industry, learning that trade. I literally came home in a carpet cleaning van. My dad was, doing some carpet cleaning, doing what it takes. And I was brought home in a carpet cleaning van, and, probably couldn't do that today, but that happened back in the day. And so that's just the ongoing joke. So I was born, raised, and lived in this, went on to college to get into criminal justice. So I have a criminal justice bachelor's degree. And along the time that when I graduated that, there was a large layoff that was going on. So I went back into the service industry, and I decided I wanted to get involved into this business even more. And by the time jobs started opening up in law enforcement, I kind of made a name for myself, getting all kinds of certifications, other odds and ends, that I started to enjoy what I'm doing. And the biggest thing that I'm doing is I'm not cleaning carpets. I'm not cleaning up basements and stuff like that. I'm helping people, not just our customers, because our customers are extremely important to me, But what's more important to me is my team and my staff and helping them. And there's a large why behind that. And, you know, you mentioned Father's Day, and a happy Father's Day belated to you as well. And my daughter, you know, found this little trinket, and I love it. It says, I'm not bossy, I'm motivational, right? So that was one of my Father's Day gifts. And my staff got a good laugh out of it, because I do come from that heart of wanting to help. And when you can never necessarily motivate people. I know that's the joke that's on there, but I try to inspire people to do the things, whether they're using this as a stepping stone to get onto something that it relates to their personal, professional, and financial goals, or they want to make a career out of this. And no matter what that is, I want to coach and help and make the best out of everybody that is around me.
Yeah, you know, and I tell you though, I hear that, and in your industry, have some idea about the type of work it is, and all the things that people face in there, and some guys, man, you know, wouldn't do what you're doing to make the commitment. You know, it becomes more about you, but it's all about your people, and I love that. How do you stay in that space, man?
You know, it's all about the mindset. You mentioned stinking thinking, which tells me you're a Zig Ziglar fan, right? So, you know, I love Zig, and he was also known for saying, if you just help enough people get whatever they want in life, you will get whatever it is that you want in life. And, you know, early on when I was younger, like junior high, high school, I was really not one to broadcast what it was that this company did. My dad started the company in 1980. You know, we did janitorial back then, and grew into carpet cleaning, and kept developing into other service offerings. But when you're a kid and you deal with kids stuff, people didn't really cast a great light on the guy that's cleaning up after everybody else, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't till I grew up and really started understanding that if you use the business as a vehicle to help others, it's a way bigger purpose than just doing the cleaning. And those that look at it as, oh, you're just a carpet cleaner, or you're just, somebody that's cleaning up after somebody's water damage in the basement or something along those. I tell my people this all the time. Nobody is just.
Yeah.
Nobody is just, because everybody has a unique superpower.
Yeah.
Whether that's, you know, being able to connect with somebody in a certain way. You know, the way I connect with people is going to be totally different than the way you connect with people. Yeah. And the way that you grow is going to be totally different than the way that I grow. And that's okay. And I tell people this all the time. One of your other guests, that Jason Queen, that was on not too long ago, I connected with him at the 10X Stages event as well. And we got onto this conversation because one of the things that he deals with is a lot of like the drug abuse and alcohol and all that type of stuff. In our industry, we deal with that a lot as well. When, you know, people wake up in the morning, nobody wakes up and says, hey, I want to be a carpet cleaner. I want to suck, you know, feces out of somebody's basement or something along those lines. Nobody's waking up and saying those things.
No.
I mean, if you are, there's nothing wrong with that. But as far as I know, not too many people are
not raising their hand, right? Me.
Right. So a lot of people in our industry kind of fall into this industry because they are needing to provide for their families, and they're trying to figure out ways to make ends meet and do things. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, that's a very honorable and commendable thing to do, to provide for a family. When you have kids, a wife, a spouse, all these types of things, that means you're here doing the responsible thing and caring for people, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And sometimes when you fall into this industry, sometimes, especially on the lower level, you have a tendency to have some broken things, whether it's broken home life, you're dealing with drug abuse, alcoholism, you know, maybe making poor decisions in your acquaintances. And this is what Jason and I were talking about. He introduced me into this thing. I'm probably going to butcher this. It's called kintsugi. And it is a type of pottery in Japan, right? When they believe in, you know, if something's broke, you can actually mend it and do something with it that's even stronger. There's gold that they mend this pot with, and now it's able to be reused, and it's more beautiful now than it was when it was originally the pottery. Yes. And I use that metaphor when I'm helping with my people in figuring out what their personal, professional, financial goals are. Yeah. John Maxwell is known for saying the leader who makes the greatest impact are often those who can lead well in the midst of uncertainty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I've found that when people are uncertain and aimless in life, they will be aimless in your business. So although we offer training and resources for our team members to be successful in, the services we actually provide, which, that's something that's big. I've also made it my personal mission to provide resources and opportunities to my staff so that they can develop in their personal life, whether that's, something like personal financing, or finance lessons, personal development, mindset coaching, all that type of stuff. And we have biweekly meetings to go over their personal, professional, and financial goals. So that way we make sure that they're aligned with their home life as well as their personal life. And, sometimes you get some flack, and there might be some people watching this saying, hey, stay out of people's personal business. And it's not like that. It's all voluntary. Right. And at the end of the day, it's to help the better cause. And I've helped people in our business actually start their own businesses and go on and that kind of, and I'm rooting for them, man. Like, I'll be the first, I'll help you make flyers, whatever you need. Like, let's go, let's do this. If you want to, I have people that dive headfirst into this industry, and they just want to help people. They're trying to, when somebody's going through like a traumatic loss, like a suicide, or their house just caught fire, or there's a whole bunch of water in their basement, or what, those are like some stressful times. And you go in as a first responder into those types of scenarios, and even though you're having to deal with the structure and all the cleanup, first and foremost, you have to deal with the people. Ooh, we actually have training on that, and nobody thinks about that when you call a cleaning and service provider. So that's what differentiates Speed Clean Services from the rest of the competition, because we put people first. Yeah. So that's huge, first and foremost.
Well, man, I'm listening to you, and I'm envisioning this situation, because I've known other folks that had this business, and we've gone in a different service into people's homes, and when the emotion that these folks may be facing, whether it's a toilet that's overflowing, now the basement's full, and they spent their last dime, now what do they do? Or all the way to cleaning up. You mentioned earlier about blood and stuff from, fortunate stuff, man. And you focus on the people, and I'm sure that's why your business is successful like that. Where did you really learn that magic, right? Because corporations and big to small, I mean, they're struggling keeping their employees. They're struggling to find a connection to those folks. We're working with them on doing that. Your father, who was the example for you, man? What was that like?
So there's a lot of examples that I can draw from, but it does start from my dad. He has a heart, real big heart. He tries to help people everywhere that he can. So, they say that people listen to what is told to them, but they actually replicate what it is that they see. And over the years, I've seen my dad help people that were in need. I'll never forget, there was a time that he was going to McDonald's, and every morning he'd get his cup of coffee, and he overheard some conversation about this one girl that works there couldn't make ends meet, and so he actually paid for her apartment for an entire year. Those types of things. And I didn't find out about this till down the road, and he didn't want any recognition, any praise for it, anything like that. And those types of things are things that are very, very positive and impactful. And I've seen him help a lot of different ways. Now, don't get me wrong, me and my dad can butt heads from time to time. I love him to death, but every father and son goes through that moment.
That's right.
But but I have a lot of respect for them. And that grew me into doing other things like getting involved in Dale Carnegie. I ended up getting involved in their thing and became one of their assistant coaches and stuff like that for a while. Hosted some classes, and then I got involved in Darren Hardy, and then more recently into Grant Cardone and Brandon Dawson, and I was kind of this personal development junkie where I'm trying to get all this information, consuming as much as I can because I had that FOMO of like, hey, I'm gonna miss out on the next big thing. And then like this light bulb kind of went off one day, and it was like, they're all regurgitating some of the same stuff. So I started going back and got into like the Jim Rohns and the Earl Schoafs and went all the way back. And I found that a lot of the personal development is just everybody's own spin on the same things over and over again. And so I just kind of took all that knowledge and started pouring it into my people. So I do like 4 things to make my people. I don't like saying make my people succeed, but help my people succeed. And the first and foremost thing is I invest in people. Warren Buffett said that the most important investment you can ever make is in yourself. But I truly believe the second most important investment you can ever make is not in the stock market or anything like that. It's actually investing in other people. Yeah. And watch that compound effect of just keep pouring out, not expecting anything in return. And I truly do that with no expectation of anything in return, but things just naturally start happening. And the second thing is we provide a positive, supportive environment. That's a big thing. I've had people that have taken a pay cut to come work at Speed Clean. They're making more now than they ever made before, but they took that initial pay cut to work here and came here because of the culture. And it just kind of like manifested from there. So we first and foremost are a team, and that shows in our culture. So, we have each other's backs, and that's a big thing. We want that supportive environment because people are tribe people, no matter which way you do, we have that tribe mentality. So if we can, support each other in that environment, that's big. Yeah. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we provide coaching and accountability with the bi-weekly one-on-ones focusing on their personal, professional, and financial goals. And we look at their 1, 3, and 5 year their goals, because a lot of times in our industry, most people that are working in here, especially on the front lines, they haven't taken the time to stop and think, like, what do I actually want to do? Like, how am I going to save this? They might say it. They might say, oh, I want to save up for this house, or I want to save up for this car, or I want to go on this trip or this vacation or whatever it may be. And they put it out there, but there's no system of execution to see it through. Yeah. So we actually provide them, for those who want it, the system of execution. And I honestly don't think I have a single member on my team that hasn't like sunk their teeth into it and figured out some way to do it. And I know some people are more engaged than others, and that's okay. You're going to have that. Yeah. And then they start seeing, oh man, that person just got into his first car. Oh, that person just got into his first house. Oh, that person went on the vacation that they wanted. Oh, that person's finally got all their debt paid off, or whatever it is that they were going for. Yeah. And there might be something to that. And the word kind of spreads, and then more and more people start to come. It's kind of like one of my favorite movies of all time, Shawshank Redemption. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. Yeah. You know that scene where he's like doing people's taxes, helping out, that type of thing. And then like next thing you know, more and more people start coming up. Yeah. The personal development aspect kind of happened in that same way around here. And I love it because I'm making impacts in people's lives. I may have skewed somebody away from deciding to do drugs that day, or hit that bottle, or, take their life, or whatever it may be, because unfortunately, before we got big into all this type of stuff, I have personally seen past employees go down that road, and we've lost some of them, and it kills me that has happened. And so that is what made the true calling to me to do everything that I can to help in every way possible to make sure that doesn't happen anymore moving forward. And I can honestly say we've made leaps and bounds, strides in the right direction, and have built a real fun culture, which leads me to the fourth thing that we do is we have fun. We have fun. Every 6 months, we go and we do something great. Like I've taken my entire staff to Cedar Point. We've gone axe throwing. We've gone go-karting, top golf, bowling. You name it. We do something. We decide as a group, what do you guys want to do? Matter of fact, we're doing that conversation right now. We're end of second quarter. Hey, it's summertime. What's our summer party going to look like? And when we go out, we have a good time. And that builds a bond and a connection that you really can't get anywhere else. And it's not this superficial, oh, let me throw you a pizza party. I know that's
that's great. Yeah.
It's a true communal thing. And we'll shut down the company for a day and we say, let's go do this, because they bust their ass. I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to, but they do. They do. They work hard and they should be rewarded for it. We have bonus structures for them, all that type of stuff. And all this stems from that big why.
Yeah.
And that's, my job as a leader is to paint a clear vision. I want a business that can truly help everybody in our community while helping those who serve it.
Yeah.
And that is the main why behind Speed Clean Services. And if anyone on here is in the Metro Detroit area and wants to find more about us, you can go to speedcleanservices.com/careers if you want to work for us, or if you want to use our services, we're here. Check us out at speedcleanservices.com.
I would strongly encourage anybody in that area to do that. And man, I'm listening to you and I hear about the 3-4 commitments: invest in people, create a positive work environment. You have to be that example in order for it to work. It wouldn't work if you weren't. Right?
100%.
People will look at that and say, well, then they see you chewing out one of their coworkers, and then you're nice to them, and then you're chewing out them. All this stuff that really happens behind the scenes, man. And then coaching and accountability, giving them that stuff. That's high level.
Yeah,
stuff, man.
I appreciate that. One of the best things is when you empower the people around you, they start to empower you back, and you don't even realize that starts to happen until it actually happens. Recently I had some stuff going on where I had to be out of the office for a few weeks, and I was stressing out a little bit. I was like, man, I got to do this. And my team came around me. It's like, you've always had our backs. Wow. You got to be out for a little bit. We got you. Don't even worry about answering the phone. Do all that stuff. Let's go. And, they got me this little placard thing. It says, it's one thing to be a boss, another thing to be a mentor, but a completely different thing to be a leader. I'm so proud to be led by a boss, mentor, and leader like you. Thank you for being you. And like, it's stuff like that keeps me going, and which is really big. And I love every single one of my team members and my staff. And, I try to pour myself into them as much as they pour back into me.
Yeah. I love that, man. And that message they gave you on the card to do what they said they were going to do and then put it in words, DJ. Congratulations. That's all I can say.
I appreciate that.
And as I said at the very beginning about who I received you as from our very beginning, you're living that on the job, and we're hearing the results of that, man. So I really love the message and where you are, dude. And we're kind of winding out on time already, man. I was just getting ready for another page of notes from you, boy.
Well, if you or anybody else in the community wants to get more involved, I do host a mastermind group. You can check it out. It's a bit.ly link. So bit.ly/10x BMC, all caps. It's a registration page for anybody that wants to get involved. It's free. I don't ask for anything in return. It's literally a group of people who want to succeed, and we support each other and we help each other succeed in business. And you can hear more about that type of stuff there if anybody's interested.
Yeah, and let me just say I've not taken the opportunity to attend his sessions, but the subject matter that they are hosting and the people that he's bringing in, these masterminds, are high impact, and don't let free be the reason why you don't do it. I just saw he talks about AI and one thing, and just all the business development and obviously some of the things that he's doing in his own business. And anybody knows anything about a mastermind, it's a collective genius. And anytime you can get around, we heard this man for the last 20 minutes talk about his beliefs, business philosophies, and his practices. I mean, that alone, just from him, man, that's for big bucks just in this little session. I would go back and encourage you to go back and take some more notes on what he was talking about.
I want to point out, you mentioned the free thing. I've been approached by multiple people to monetize that group and grow it. And you see it on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, all that, like all these business coaches, and let's sell this course. Let's sell this course. That's great. Let them do their thing. But I truly believe in that pay it forward and giving back. So I do this primarily to keep me accountable. Grant Cardone told me once that being accountable or being obligated is more important than motivation. So this particular group keeps me obligated to keep my personal development on point, to help others. And that's what I get out of it, is that obligation and accountability, as well as I've met some phenomenal people, really great people in these groups. And I highly encourage, whether you go to mine or find your own or do whatever you need to do, get involved and get around the right type of people that are going to elevate you up, because everybody, including myself, can hit a lull, and sometimes you need people to pick you up. And then when you see somebody down, you pick them up. It's, no man left behind.
That's it. And I love that being obligated is more important than motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I mean, what a great way to wrap everything up, DJ. I do want to give you 1 minute to kind of just, if you were to leave everything you've shared, what is it that you want people to walk away with today that they can put into their place right now to take one step forward?
I love it. If you want to take action on the type of stuff that we're talking about, if you own a business, invest in your people. If you work for a business, invest in your company. It's like the whole JFK thing. Don't ask what your company can do for you. Ask what you can do for the company. And I know that's gotten some slack or pushback recently. But if you really take into context what he's trying to say, go ahead and really be entrepreneurial within the confines of your business. There's a lot of money. Every type of account that you can think of, you have access to it. All you need to do is be able to use your mouth and also your ears. God gives you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? Listen twice as much as you speak, and you'll have an opportunity to hear what's being said to you so you can appropriately respond.
Yeah.
So if you can take action, invest in yourself, invest in your company, invest in your people.
Yeah.
The types of investments most people talk about are stocks and all this other stuff, but really it costs you nothing to invest in yourself. So if you're watching this and you're just thinking it's not working for you right now or whatever it might be, understand that you can fix yourself and become stronger and more beautiful than anything that you could have imagined, and put yourself to use. Find your purpose and invest in yourself.
Yeah, I love that, man. And I'm hearing you say all that stuff. And everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. You've got a job. You can do more things in that job. You're thinking about a business, but everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. So, if that's you and you heard him say invest in the company, you'd be surprised what you get, because I believe corporations got the wake up call when COVID came, and people were like, "Hey, I ain't coming back. I got better options, right?" And they need to do some more things around there, man. So great points, man.
You mentioned the stinking thinking. I see a lot of people talk about, well, I'm not going to invest in the business unless I'm getting paid for it. I see that type of stuff on Facebook all the time, which that's fine. If that's you do you, whatever. But I can surely tell you, if you invest and help the business succeed and you get around the right people, because I've made it so that when the business wins, my people win. Right. And if you're in an environment that you don't think that's going to happen, I want you to ask yourself one question. If you're going to take any action, I want you to ask yourself this one question. Don't ask, what am I getting paid here? Ask, who am I becoming here?
Mm-hmm.
And if that answer is not what you want, then and only then would I suggest you move on to something else.
Yeah.
You also have to remember the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. So when I say that invest in your company, look at what struggles your boss or your employer might be trying to undergo and solve those problems and watch how fast those things will turn around and benefit you. If you're an employer and you're sitting there saying, I just can't find good people, I call BS on that. There are good people all around.
Yeah.
You have to turn around and find out what is it that you're not doing to provide the environment in which good people will want to work for you. So those are the two perspectives I wanted you to take action on today.
Man, I love that. Yeah, business owners, that may have been a little tough, but it's real. Got to look at yourself. I mean, the leader, his employees wrote down what the definition of a leader is through living it, through being the example. Man, woo! Hey, listen, my friend, thank you. It's been a wonderful time, and I knew it would be just like this, and looking forward to future conversations around what you're doing and getting to a mastermind meeting. I'm going to shock you, man. I won't be this Friday because it's grandparents weekend.
I got you.
My wife has already got me on me because of this session, but I made a commitment to be here, so I'm here and enjoying this, and it's been a beautiful time, man. So I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate you and everyone that's watching. This has been great. I look forward to do it again with you sometime.
You can bet on that one. I'll talk to you later. All right, DJ. Thanks, man.
Take care.
Great job, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate everybody that's either been with us on and off or will catch this replay later. Go back. I really encourage, if you're a business owner, go back and check this out. If you're an employee that really say, I want to do better on my job, man, go back through these messages and make sure you attend. If you can't get, hey, Steph said, wow, powerful. Thank you, Steph. If you can't get the information, I put my information in the chat to get connected to DJ and his mastermind. Listen, masterminds are where they're at and when they're free. And I'm telling you, he's had some powerful subjects and some great guests. All right. Please do that. So thank you, DJ, again. And thank everybody for showing up, man. It's been a great session. And as always, when you do this, make sure you hit us and let us know where you're from. Share this, subscribe, hit the bell, be a part of that 1 million commitment to reach 1 million people through this messaging and begin to change that stinking thinking and begin to give people the promise and the hope that we all deserve. And as I close this thing, I want to also make sure we're still booking appointments as a keynote speaker, booking appointments in and around this arena that we talked about today, and also in the schools for those schools that are really worried and want to do a different thing for the kids like I was, that were struggling in school and don't know if they're going to get out of school and really got some issues around education and their own personalities, then I'm your guy for that stuff. So please, please, please hit me up if you know those opportunities are coming. And any affiliates out there that are looking to connect with our mission, make sure you reach out to me. As I wrap this thing up, I want you to always say, what's that one word? What's the one word you're not going to say today? Mine is still try. This month is all about try. Every time it slips out of my mouth, I slap myself. I don't do that. What is the word? What is the subject? And go back and check this message out. And remember, stinking thinking doesn't have to be the way that rules your life. Because you can, you will, and you must. And let's do it together. I believe there's no better time than now, baby, to make a difference in your life. Come join us in Conversations with Geoff. Make sure you show some love to our speaker, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care now.